So there's an exercise we like to do with sales teams, and I'd encourage you to do it with your sales team too. And it's a fun exercise, and if you can make it safe, it can be a really valuable exercise. So there's a brand I'd like to kind of use as our anchor or as our reference point, and it's Tesla. And I think if you were to jot down a few words that would describe Tesla, you'd probably say innovative, forward-thinking. You might even say they're really changing the paradigm. They're reinventing things. They're not following tradition. And so what I would hope is if we went into Tesla and we talked to 4 or 5 random employees as we walked through their factory or their corporate headquarters, they would say those same words. And ultimately what this exercise does is to kind of test your team to see if they're all communicating the same way, if they all value the same thing that the company values and they're able to sell that way. The exercise we give goes a little bit like this. So we say, all right, think about brands that you interact with every day. And if you can, just tell me a brand that you think is representative of your company or your company's brand and why. So we set this up and we have this meeting and we go around to the different 4 salespeople. And the first person said, what brand is similar to the brand you sell for? Costco. Right out of the gate, Costco. I was like, well, why? Well, they have everything I need and the price is always really reasonable. It's like, okay, that works. Next person, I say, what brand is like your brand? He goes, that's easy, Ritz-Carlton. And I'm thinking, the other person just said Costco, but it's safe, okay. I said, why the Ritz-Carlton? Well, not so much from the pricing, but from the experience. Like, we really learn what our clients like and dislike, and we cater the experience to fit them. It's like, okay, I can get that. Next person, I ask him, well, what are we like? He said, we're a lot like the airlines. I'm just not sure which one. I was like, okay. And I think all the other salespeople were like, okay, well, okay, how are we like the airlines? Well, we take our clients from one destination to the other, go from A to Z. We get them where they need to go. And then we're all kind of start nodding our head like, okay, I can kind of get that. Which airline? He goes, well, we're a lot like United. And we all start thinking, okay, we're trying to figure out what United's like. And he goes, no, we're a lot like Southwest. And in my brain, I'm saying, wow, those are like 2 ends of the spectrum, right? United and Southwest. But we let it go and we move forward to the next person. And this person loves to cook. He's a foodie. And he said, well, there's a wine shop around the corner, a liquor store that I really like, because the owners are sommeliers. And I walk in and I tell them what I'm going to cook and who's coming over for dinner. And they bring me back 2 or 3 recommendations and I buy one of them and they're always right. I was like, okay, great. So as we kind of map this up on the whiteboard and we start to talk and we break it down a little bit, what we find is each salesperson is selling the way they described. So the person that's selling that mentioned Costco is selling much more on price. The person with Ritz-Carlton and the sommelier were selling on kind of the experience and getting to their clients. We still don't quite know what the airline person is selling on, but that's okay, because that whole point of the exercise is, as a sales leader, if you're managing this team, is to understand if they're saying the same thing. Are they using the same words? It doesn't have to be the same brand, but it should be the same words because we want alignment. And the second thing that we're looking for is, are they selling in the same way? Back to sales process. And in this particular example, we had someone selling on price, someone that wasn't quite sure on the value he was selling on, the airline example. And then the other 2, they were really selling in line with the brand of that company, which was really about customer intimacy and understanding the outcomes that their clients wanted and bringing those outcomes as the value of the company. So it's a great exercise to work on, and it can be fun too. But remember, it's to be in a safe environment just to see about alignment and making sure that people are selling in a similar way and following your sales process.